Hello everyone and welcome to the Green Man channel. Hope you're doing good and well. So it's time for an album review this Sunday, and it's my first in quite some time as I've been on a hiatus, and I'm reviewing the fifth solo studio album from the Pink Floyd legend David Gilmour, and this is his latest release titled Luck and Strange, which came out on Friday the 6th of September via Sony, and the album is 11 tracks and just over an hour in length. So I'm a long-time fan of Pink Floyd's, but I'm also a long-time fan of David Gilmour's. I really like his approach to guitar playing, in particular, the way he's all about expression, an expression of the guitar notes he plays, as to necessarily focusing more on precision and technique, or rather, really flashy and fast tempo guitar playing. David Gilmour's always, for me, been about, working solos in well in the context of the songs, I think, and he sort of delivers, quite beautiful, emotive, and very, as I say, very expressive guitar solos in his music. I've always found his approach to music as well as quite in contrast to former bandmate Roger Waters, who I think takes more of a lyrics-focused approach to his music generally, and is slightly more confrontational as well in his style. But I really like this album, actually. It was a surprise in a way that this came out when it did on Friday just gone, and not only was I surprised that it had come out, but I was as surprised at how good this was. Now that's not necessarily because I wasn't expecting it to be good, but it's been a long time since we had Rattle That Lock, about 9 years I think, and David is now 78, and that's not to say that age necessarily has to be an obstacle, but sometimes you tend to find that the music will naturally kind of fall away over time, but not in the case of David Gilmour. Rather like Rob Halford has proved with Judas Priest earlier this year, David Gilmour still has great music in him, and that is well on display in this latest release, Luck and Strange. Let's go into some of the songs on this album then. Title track, Luck and Strange, a really strong second track to this album, I think. Though it's very reminiscent, actually, in a way, of a track from Animal, certainly in those first parts. But I really love the way the track opens up into its chorus. It's beautiful, and that is quite a common theme on this album. You get some beautiful chorus moments, I think, and generally some pretty good songwriting. Of course, his wife, I think, making contributions to this album, rather like she has done before with David Gilmour's solo albums. The Piper's Call seems like obviously a bit of a reference to a certain Pink Floyd album from many years ago, and that is another strong track, I think, with some really good bluesy guitar moments in this song. I really like the use and placement of backing vocals in this track, particularly with the chorus. Once again, it just brings it out, makes it really kind of really affecting and very rousing as a chorus in that track too. A Single Spark is really good as well, and once again, I like the way that David Gilmour uses that light distortion sometimes in his solos. It's not necessarily as explosive or as big as a solo from Comfortably Numb, for example, but it's got a bit more refrain, but it is as equally emotion-inducing as a song like Comfortably Numb for me, or at least, still a very, he's very good at subtlety and doing solos that are a bit more held back, perhaps a little less loud, but still affecting. I think Daughter Romani actually is an interesting and actually, very competent addition to this album too, with her vocal moments which kind of have an airiness to them. And I really like that track actually that she features on, particularly Between Two Points, where she takes a leading role with the vocals, I should say. And Between Two Points is actually a very good song on the album as well. But my favourite song on this album, which I'm going to talk about now, is Scattered. This has the classic Gilmour big guitar solo in it, and boy is it good. One of his best, actually, perhaps one of his best in a while, certainly in terms of his solo studio efforts of recent years. This is a really great guitar solo, and it just gets bigger towards the end, really elevates the song in the way you expect from a David Gilmour track, or just, that kind of Pink Floyd track from the classic years. And it is absolutely superb, goosebump-inducing, soul-crushing guitar solos from the man. And as I say, he proves that age is just a number on this album, delighting the listener with both his imagination and maturity in equal measure. This is a great album. I can give this album no less than an 8 out of 10, so I'm feeling like, at the moment, for me, this album is not only an 8, but it's an 8.5 out of 10, certain, I think, or very likely to make an end of year list for me, as it's just, classic Gilmour, but cohesive and just like still something that I think will appeal to listeners of both Pink Floyd and David Gilmour's solo works. Thanks as always for watching, guys. I don't know for how long This may actually be, you know, I'm in a bit of an unpredictable situation with my move at the moment, so one day I might be really busy, the next not so busy. I'm not yet sure whether I'll be posting many videos, if any, after this one. This has been a slight return, a temporary return to post some content for you guys. And I couldn't resist reviewing this latest release from the Pink Floyd legend, David Gilmour. Till next time, everybody, it's bye for now.